and welcome. I am your host, Jutsuko Doshiro, bringing you the latest updates regarding the cryptocurrency market. If you haven't already, please go ahead and follow me on Twitter. This is where I give the most recent updates regarding price action. And you can see here, this is my YouTube channel. All you got to do is click the link and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a look at the price action of Bitcoin, and then we'll go ahead and roll through all the other altcoins. There's a lot that's happened since the nice move up. So let's go ahead and get started on the daily time frame. As you can see here, we made a nice little W, and then we broke out to the upside. And now we're hovering around this $21,000 mark. This is actually a very important area of significant resistance. As you can see here, this was our recent high before the FTX crash, and we're kind of consolidating here for the time being. I do believe that we will break out of this area. It's just a matter of time. And the reason why I think that we'll break out of it is because we're actually going to come and touch this trend line. And that is going to be the area of significance. I think personally we might have enough juice to get above it. But the question is, will we have enough juice to sustain an uptrend? It's arguable just because, during the bear market rallies, these rallies tend to do maybe 200% at a time. So it's just a matter of time before we find out. Now, I want to show you guys one more thing that I've noticed in the charts, and that is with my RSI indicator. You can see that we are massively overbought on the RSI, but we don't have any bearish divergence on the daily time frame just yet. So that is an area to keep an eye on. I like to use the RSI on the dailies, basically because they tell you whether the price is going to go up or go down. And right now, there is no sign of it stopping. So we might actually come up, touch these levels at 22,000, and then maybe get some signs of rejection there. What I expect to happen with the RSI is basically for it to just come back down and you'll start to see less and less buyers, and you'll get what's called a bearish divergence over time, and the price action will go up and up. So basically we might even actually break out of this trend line, create a nice higher price action, lower relative strength index, and that will result in basically a divergence that will send us lower. Remember, the lower targets are still in play, and these targets are basically the $14,000 to $13,000 mark, and then the $9,000 mark. I made a very good case of why I can see us heading basically sub 10K. And the reason why I see that happening is basically that will be the price where I believe psychologically everyone's going to quit on crypto. And that is when the bottom will be in. Once you see the sentiment where everyone wants to quit, that is basically the price that you'll see everyone feeling like they should quit. Let's take a look at Ethereum. I did go ahead and mess with this chart a little bit. As you can see, I do have some preliminary chart, but I'll talk about this for a bit. So you can see here we do have this horizontal resistance with Ethereum. This is a key area for Ethereum as well, this $1,600 to $1,700 mark. This area is a key area basically for two reasons. Number one, you can see that we've had this descending resistance all the way back from its all-time highs, and we're finally coming to retest it. And then secondly, we have this nice horizontal resistance here. I think that same thing goes with the RSI. We're overbought. And basically what you'll see is basically maybe some stagnation to the side, and then we'll eventually touch this key area, and that'll probably be the move to the downside. That coincides with Bitcoin as well, but I do think Bitcoin will get a little bit more high before we see any more lows. I'm expecting to see some divergence on the RSI and the price action. So I'm expecting actually higher prices for the time being and lower relative strength index. And it's just a matter of time before those play out. Now the question is, when we do come down, is it just going to be a retest for a potential breakout? And what do I mean by that? Does that mean that we'll touch this resistance, come back, hold this support, and then come up? Well, that's a question that you have to wait to see and basically play out. So what I would do if I was in your situation, if you want to trade this, you wait for basically to enter a short here, and then a logical area to long would be somewhere around here. If we don't get that pullback and we become overextended, I'm expecting us to just tank through this support. Let's take a look at Binance token. I have my eyes set on this one just because the golden area to short is this downward sloping trend. So if you can get any shorts in this area, you're basically looking pretty good. And then you could also set a stop loss above the trend line. That way, if we do break out and want to create a new price structure, you won't be a victim of new highs. As you can see here, there is no divergence just yet. I don't think we will have one. I think we'll go higher before we create any type of divergence on the RSI. Remember, alts trade with more percentages. So if you want to get in on a short or a long with these alts, they tend to come crashing, or they come, their percentages, their points are a lot higher. So there's a lot less mercy when it comes to you trading the wrong way. So keep that in mind when you're trading Binance. Another thing that I want to look out for with Binance is basically this retest, and then also the follow through and the test of this support. If this support breaks, it's a free fall basically all the way down to $40. So keep that in mind with Binance. Still overall macro bear structure, and I don't really see it giving way until we break this trend line. So the bear scenario is not invalidated until we break this structure, and as of right now, everything is looking great. Let's look at Solana. This was one I had my eyes on. I told you guys if we break out of this $15 mark, we're expecting basically a $30 test. So right now we're stuck at 25. 25 is a nice round number. There's a support here at 25. And then if we can get past that, $30 might be the hammer zone where we start to see us retesting the lows. I still see Solana touching $4 eventually. And you can see that in this chart here that I've outlined. This is a huge head and shoulders play. And basically I'm waiting for the retest of the head and shoulders. If this retest is confirmation that we are continuing the downtrend, this is a free fall all the way down to $4. So keep your eyes on this. And then lastly, let's look at DXY. So the DXY is in the support area. It's basically hanging on to dear life. Remember earlier in the other episodes, I told you it was creating a falling wedge, and these price actions tend to be bullish. It broke to the upside, however, we had a nice reversal, and now we're basically trending in this 102 area. A good rule of thumb is basically a failed move is a faster move to the opposite direction. And as you can see here, we basically failed the move to the upside, and we saw the massive selling of the dollar, and that's why you saw basically the rise of the assets overall. So the DXY did collapse. It's holding on to dear life on this support here. As of right now, there really isn't a price structure that is tradable with the DXY. So you got to wait and see what's going to happen. If you zoom out and look at it on the weekly, it looks like it's trying to make a bottoming candle, but I wouldn't be surprised if we smash through this support and head lower. So just keep your eyes out on all of the assets right now. We might get a nice little rally, which means that the DXY is going to sell off a bit more. We might touch the bottom of the RSI here. We're basically in the middle of a free fall, so do not really short anything until we establish our support nicely around here. I think that it's a good way to start the year, just because you want to start the year bullish, and then we might get a sell-off midway through when it comes to the assets, but that's okay. Overall, nice price structure by all the assets. DXY is selling off. Be wary though, this is still in a key area of support. We haven't really broken it yet. We might come down, retest, and then go lower. So just be patient on your longs and your shorts. Best of luck to you trading. I hope you guys found this informational. If you guys like my content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate all 39 of you so far that have subscribed. So if you like my content, please like this video. And if you haven't already, I do update my Twitter daily. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, go ahead and smash that follow button as well. I appreciate your time today. Best of luck trading, and tweet at me or comment on anything if you have any questions. You all have a good one. Thank you.